Hello, everyone. Welcome to Unpontificated. My name is Vuyo, and today we're going to engage with the TV show The Social on CTV. It's similar to The View that you see in the States. It's on CTV, so it does have a leftist bent to it. But today we're going to engage with today they're discussing the ill-advised NDP signatures mandate. If you haven't heard, the NDP have required that half of the signatures for anybody who wants to run to replace Jagmeet Singh as NDP leader, that the half of their signatures have to be from people who do not identify as cis men. So if you don't know what a cis man is, a cis man is a man. So basically, someone who is not gay, not trans, that kind of thing. That's a cis man. So half of their signatures have to come from someone who does not identify as a cis man. Anyway, the discussion is a pretty good one, and I agree with some. Actually, you'll see. I'll let you know who I agree with. And then at the end, I want to kind of discuss this. Where is it? You know, the intruder talk here in Canada. What to do when someone intrudes into your house. I think again the difference between the Canada and the States. But anyway, we'll do a little bit of a take on that. If you guys do get value from this program, please like, subscribe, and share. And let's get into it.
All right, everybody, I don't know if you've heard this story. The race to find a new federal NDP leader is currently underway, but there is a specific campaign rule that's making the headlines. CTV News is reporting that to get their name on the ballot, candidates must gather 500 signatures from party members, but at least 50% of those signatures must come from people that do not identify as cis men. Okay? Let that sink in for a second. So is this, though, the right way to ensure that your party leader has greater reach beyond maybe, you know, the dominant population? What do we think?
First of all, the dominant population isn't men. I guess if you want to break us down into categories, cis men, cis women, trans men, trans women, I guess I get her point. Let's move on. Oh, yes. What I also wanted to say was the NDP obviously have not taken any lessons from what Gillette or Bud Light found out when they went woke. Remember, Gillette used to be the best a man can get, and he had rugged men, you know, cowboys using Gillette. And then they went all woke and started disparaging men. And of course, Bud Light with the Dylan Mulvaney ad, a trans woman guy, his ad, and how people regaled against that ad as well. And Bud Light stock and all of that plummeted. The marketer obviously got fired. And now NDP, you know, I really thought we were moving past this real quick, but this is a terrible move by the NDP. But let's hear what they say.
Let's man down on this.
What do you think?
Listen up, bros. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm of two minds about this. I have an idealist take,
Yeah.
and I have a sort of cynical take, which is ideally, I think this is wonderful. I think this is a great thing. It's representative of the society we live in.
It's not representative of the society we live in. 50% have to not identify as cis men. So what about the other 50% identify as cis women? Are you now okay then? I don't understand.
We should reflect that. But I also don't think that this is going to be a particularly winning strategy, only because it's the type of thing that people who already support will be very favorably receptive to, and people who don't support it, they're not going to switch to the NDP because of something like this.
Great
You know what I
point.
mean?
Yeah.
And also,
you're not widening the tent.
that's what I mean. And the
Right.
other cynical take for me is the whole signature thing for getting on a ballot and stuff is kind of like not real, isn't it? Like you just get anyone to get signatures. It seems easy.
I see what you mean.
I just mean like you got to get 100 signatures. You're like you can get 100 signatures from your party very easily. You know?
I hear what you're saying.
So this to me is it's just very performative. It's a good message, but it's very performative.
It's a terrible message. If it's going to be representative of your of society, what you actually should be interested in is getting something that's representative of your party. So if your party consists of 100% cis men, then you're certainly not representing the society as a whole, and you've got another problem. But if your society represents society, if your party represents society, then those signatures should represent what your party and hence society represents automatically without putting some sort of mandate. It's just dumb.
I mean, I agree. It does seem a bit performative. Like, I also like it in theory, but I feel like right now in this particular time, I guess the cynic in me goes, okay, what are some of the reasons why Jagmeet Singh stepped down? I think many people would say he experienced a lot of racism, and there was a lot of people who did not like him just by the very nature of his cultural background. And
no, he was a terrible leader. He didn't represent the NDP very well. He cozied up to Justin Trudeau, who many people hated. And Justin Trudeau went so far to the left that the NDP became irrelevant and Jagmeet Singh could not react. So he just joined them. That's why he lost. Don't forget that he got elected in a party election for leader by majority white people. This nonsense of racism is just terrible. And it's not making us look at the policies and the way the guy represented the NDP. And of course, people, because of that, people just didn't want him as the Canadian leader. I'm sure there's some racists out there. Sure, some people were racist, but it's a minority, a huge minority of people who thought that, who did not vote for Jagmeet because he's a Sikh Indian. It's not relevant.
so if we keep that in mind as that being a piece of it, if we open up the pools, you know, it's great. I love it. There's a woman from Edmonton named Heather McPherson who it looks like maybe a front runner to be on the ballot.
Yeah.
But then I just think about, like, fast forward. I don't feel like we're in a cultural moment where people are going to vote for a woman. I feel like right now we're in the time where it's just going to be another white man. We saw what happened to the South when Kamala Harris was trying to go forward. I feel like we are in a time right now where everyone has decided that the white middle-aged man is the person who we want in charge. I don't.
Kamala was also a terrible candidate, as was Hillary Clinton. Like this is just, and you know, I don't know. I feel that commenting on this all the time is just getting really tiring. You produce a woman who pushes out a good platform and people believe her and people trust her, we'll vote for her. I'd vote for her. But no, man, I'm not interested in these reasons, the reasons why people aren't voting. People care about themselves. People care about, what are you going to do for me? If you're going to do this for me, I'm going to vote for you. We're selfish. So if you're talking nonsense and I don't believe you, then I'm not voting for you. So bring out your woman and let's see what you got. But stop making excuses.
Like it, but I feel like that's where we're
I
headed.
think I disagree, but I don't know if I can argue otherwise, but I'm going to try. Because when someone as progressive as Bernie Sanders sort of warns against over supporting identity politics or over what's the word?
Yeah, overemphasizing identity politics. It sort of made me sit back and listen, because he said that the Democratic Party focused too much on identity politics, and it wasn't the main cause, but it didn't help them, certainly with the 2016 election and the 2024 election. And I think he sort of argued that we should be putting class politics ahead of identity politics. And I think, I don't know.
You're very optimistic that we've gotten to a point where it doesn't really matter anymore? Like
I think it matters a lot.
I think it matters. You go.
Well, I was going to say, listen, if you are an NDP supporter, you already know this, you love this, it's just part of what the party is.
That's right.
The NDP party it emerged in the early 60s as the party for the working person, for the farmers, the union workers, you know, the working blue class person. That's how the party evolved. So if you're NDP, you already get that.
Yeah.
So to put it as at the front door, as your signpost, it's a little redundant. I agree with it. I think it's wonderful. But to lead with it, I don't think is actually really smart. I would actually argue in these times, which we are increasingly seemingly spinning into the dark ages again, thanks to the United States, what I would say is you have the support of a lot of diverse communities. Don't you actually think you might need to get more support from cis men?
I mean,
well, yeah. Can I actually say the opposite? You're trying to get support from people who aren't cis men. You actually probably need their support right now.
That's a great point.
You were pummeled in the last general election. You went from having third-party status. You are barely alive as a political party. You have barely 6% of the vote, and you're still trying to take your pool and make it smaller?
Yeah.
100%. I think this Melissa Grello has got the nail on the head. This is a bad move. NDP, you want to be relevant again? This ain't it. This ain't it. All right, yeah. What do you guys think with those four talking heads? I would call them. I think Melissa Grello hit the nail on the head there. NDP is making a big mistake in trying to increase their tent by doing this. Big mistake. Talk to Gillette, talk to Bud Light. Okay, so yeah, I mentioned I wanted to kind of really discuss, but look at two viewpoints, one in Canada, one in the US, regarding intruders into your home.
In the unlikely event that you find yourself the victim of a home invasion, we are urging citizens not to take matters into their own hands. While we don't want homeowners to feel powerless, we urge you to call 911 and do everything you can to keep yourself and loved ones safe until police arrive, and be the best witness possible. This could mean locking yourself in a room away from the perpetrators, hiding, fleeing the home, but don't engage unless absolutely necessary.
There's that, and there's this.
As to the person, we don't know which homeowner shot at him. I guess they think that they did something wrong, which they did not. If somebody's breaking in your house, you're more than welcome to shoot them in Santa Rosa County. We prefer that you do, actually. So whoever that was, you're not in trouble. Come see us. We have a gun safety class we put on every other Saturday, and if you take that, you'll shoot a lot better, and hopefully you'll save the taxpayers money.
In Canada, it's actually against the law you have to take action that's suitable to the danger you're in. So in other words, if the perpetrator or the intruder comes in and tells you to sit down and you knife him, then that's excessive force, right? If he knifes you, let's say he knifes you, now you're in attack, and then you hit him with a baseball bat, and for whatever reason he dies, that's okay, because at least you were knifed, so your life was in danger. So it has to be a suitable reaction to the danger that you're in. You can't just shoot someone for coming into your house and then you shoot them. It's like, well, what did you shoot? What did he say to you? What did he do? But at least in Florida, you can shoot them. He entered your house, you didn't invite him in, shoot him. They prefer it in that county because then you'll save the taxpayer some money. What do you guys think? Which would you prefer? Do you agree with the Canadian way? Do you agree with the US way? It's what do I think? I like the US way. Like if you're entering my house, let's say you're at the door and I hear the window break because you're trying to get the lock open, and I grab a baseball bat, I'm going to prevent you from entering. Like I'm going to try and hit. Let's say your head your head shows up, and I want to boom hit you on the head, right? So I don't want to give you a chance to give me some guidelines. Just sit down over there, sir, while we rob you, right? I don't know. I hope I never ever have to make that decision. I hope I don't. But I think as a general, as a man, you want to you want to protect yourself and your wife. You want to protect your wife. So I don't know. I think each situation will be different, but just the idea that you have to make in Canada, you have to make a split decision to decide whether or not you're in real danger. Sounds wacko. All right, please like and subscribe, guys. Please share and make a comment. I'd really be interested to hear what you have to say. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.